I'd just like to acknowledge the Awabakal people and pay my respects to the elders past and present, and pay my respects for other nations around in the area like Wanarua, Darkinjung, Warra, my country. And today we're here to help and support by saving the cave. We realise that it's an Aboriginal women's site, and it's down the bottom of the Mount Sugarloaf, and Mount Sugarloaf is very significant to the Awabakal people. The mountain is very, very traditional for men's business. Down where the cave is all about women's business, and it's a very sacred site for women where they would gather and do secret business where we can't really talk about. Only women know about that. As a traditional women, you talk about all that stuff and help and support each other with all that stuff.
In our culture, women's business and men's business is separated, and it's important to remember that we all have our own personal things.
For people who are just coming back from basically the stolen generations and the assimilation policies and things like that are finding their culture and finding their roots now. And when we want to come back and learn, these are the places we need to go back to learn. And to be able to pass that to the next generation, to my daughter, to her children. And without them, we won't be able to do that.
And it's not just the cave, it's the journey to the cave that's important as well. And by taking out all of that bush and the tracks that we followed, walking in our ancestors' footsteps, that's just as important, because the journey in our culture is just as important as the destination.
It was stolen from me. My family hid it for many years, and it's only been over the last few years that I found out I'm Aboriginal, and so I'm trying to reconnect, and it's probably been the hardest thing in my life to find family and to connect back to the land. All these years I felt like there was a space inside of me where something was missing, and when you go to the cave, it is a connection. It's a connection to my grandmother's. It's a connection back to my heritage and passing that to my daughter. So it means a great deal to me.
We're sad to see that there's a development happening around the area, and it's pretty scary that things are happening, and we hope it doesn't destroy the cave, but we feel that it really is going to destroy the cave.
Every time you go up there, you just see the changes that are happening because of the surrounding lands being raped. The bushlands going, the animals, there's nowhere for them to go. And, there's out on the highway, you see the kangaroos up there because they're getting hit because they're trying to cross the roads and trying to get away from the destruction that's there. And there's so many animals that were there that you just don't see now. The birds, the butterflies, you go up there and it's just desolate.
When you build the amount of houses they want to put there, that area will be ruined. The cave, it's the roof of that cave is a rock. It's sandstone, and when they start putting their big jackhammers and the big bulldozers through, it's going to destroy a good site.
The water that would run near the cave, not right down into the cave, but there's like aquifers that were up further, they're all dried out, and so all the frogs and all of the wildlife that was there is starting to go as well. So obviously with the construction that's going on, that has affected the aqueducts that are underneath the ground there. So, the foundations that the cave lays on are being damaged, so it won't be long until the cave is probably affected even more so.
For nearly 6 years we've tried to save this butterfly cave because everyone in West Wallsend knows of the Butterfly Cave, knows how important it is to this area, knows the connection to this area. We've been, throughout all this development, we've been just astonished how a developer and a local council can turn around and say, this is not an Aboriginal site. After it's been documented, it's on the AHIMS list, and they still said it wasn't a site, they wanted to backfill that area.
Lots of meetings, lots and lots meetings, and then we got to the stage where I said, I just don't know what to do anymore. I'm just, flabbergasted. I can't think what other avenue we can go down. And then I thought one day there was a lady from OH&S come up and seen us, and she said, we can put in an application for and call it an Aboriginal place. She said, and that should protect it because she will give you like a 100-metre buffer around it. I said, yeah, okay, that's good. So that's what we did. And I think we've just thought about it today, and it's like 3 years ago today, or not today, but this month, that place was called, and we got the title for, it's an Aboriginal place.
Every time, we went to meetings, they'd say, yep, we're going to look after this area. We never got it. We had meetings with councils on site. We were given 20 metres, which we never agreed to. We've still asked for 20 metres. Where it come from, no one will tell us.
And I know we, as Australians, we want to progress, and I know we need housing, but all we're asking for is a parcel of the land to be saved. We're not asking for the whole thing to be stopped. We understand people need to make money, and we need jobs, but at the same time, we need to respect the culture that this place is built on.
The developer don't seem to understand that, it's not a big area. It's a small area, and I don't think it's too much to ask for these people to let us have such a small area. It's the smallest Aboriginal place in New South Wales, and that speaks alone what they think of Aboriginal women.
People don't care that they think all we're after is money or land, and it's actually our connection to the land. I want my kids to be able to know their heritage and their culture.
I think we need all the support we can get for the reason that I think the more support we got and the more help we got, the more they might start taking notice to us, because we've met with so many different people like ministers and everyone you could possibly think of, council, the developers, and it just keeps going nowhere, getting nowhere. So we need all the help and support that we could possibly get off anyone that's out there that wants to help us, yeah.
So the social media campaign was started in November, and we started it in response to the lack of progress we were making with the government and with Roche Group. We're running the change.org petition. We're running a Twitter campaign, and we're also running a Facebook campaign, and the Facebook campaign has almost 10,000 members at the moment, so we'd encourage people to actually sign up to the campaign. It's the only way we feel that we're going to actually be able to get government and industry to actually accept what Aboriginal women are saying, that it is a really important place for women, and actually sort of create some conversation and some change around that.
To help save our cave, I want you to be a part of our community to help us by logging onto Facebook and Save Our Cave and sign our petition, because that would really help. Remember, our children are our future, our land is our country, and we want to learn and protect and support it in every which way we can. Thank you.
Intergenerational greed, with all your corporate welfare schemes, none of us are getting out of here alive.